How many of you guys were really nervous about this speech? Pretty much everybody, right? But you wanted to get a good grade, like you had to put in the time and the effort just to get the grade you want. So there's a quote by Gould, a lecture is an occasion when you numb one end to benefit the other. Now what I take this as is you have to take the pain to get the gain. Now I'm going to be talking about two main points of health and education where this has to come or you won't get the gain. Now with education, you have to go to the library, you have to get your resources, you have to do research on your laptop, you have to do all your homework if you want to get a good grade on the test. Now, I know a lot of you probably go into the test with no studying at all and just kind of wing it. And maybe you'll get lucky and get the grade that you want, but if you really want the results you need, then you have to put in the time and the effort to gain exactly what you want. Now, with your health, it's kind of the same way. If you're overweight or you have any kind of health problems, like maybe diabetes or something, you have to eat the right foods. You have to know like what's good for you. You gotta maybe put down the cheeseburger and eat a salad every once in a while. But I know it sucks like to eat healthy, but sometimes you just gotta make the sacrifices that you need to have the health that you want. Now, the gains definitely do outweigh like what you work for. Like, if you put in the time and you just put your all into it, then you're going to get the results you want. You just have to put your heart into it and put your all into it, and you'll get exactly what you want out of it. So that's why I'm agreeing with this quote, a lecture is an occasion where you numb one end, which is putting in the effort, to benefit from the other, which is the gain. Thank you.
The audience survey is okay. Fortunately, we haven't had a lot of that, so if that's the trend, everybody's going to be irritated later, but right now you're in good shape on that. I thought that you took the topic and came up with a creative thesis statement for it. I thought that that worked pretty well, and you had a pretty good preview. So that, on content-wise, that's the strong part. Now the stuff that's a little bit weaker on content, you reverse the order of the subjects that you're going to talk about from your preview and talk about them in the backwards order. And you don't really have a lot to say about each of them. They stay at a very superficial level. You need some kind of experience or story or something to make it interesting and to help fill in the speech, because it just sounds like it's a rough draft of a speech at this point. And I know it's an impromptu speech, so they're all rough drafts, but it needs to have some meat on the bones, and you don't really have much more than a vague description of what each of the points is. So that gives you less opportunity to show off the things that you do well, because the presentation things are the things that you're pretty solid at. You have excellent audience contact, your facial expressions are very animated, you use your voice effectively. I thought that you moved your body in a way to indicate a couple of transitions between ideas back and forth. That worked well. Your gestures, there were only a couple of indicators that you use. Everybody has crutch things that they go to, and you were sometimes holding your own hand a little bit more than necessary. But like I said, I thought I saw a few good indicators. So a little bit more diversity there and you'd be fine. Nothing that was really problematic, except for the content issues, like I said, which seem a little bit thin, sort of like you're skating through the subject instead of really giving it some thought. You did have a pretty solid conclusion, though. You did try to remind us the point that you were trying to make, and I thought that that worked well. All right, thank you.